To recommend a grant from your fund, click on the Recommend Grants link on the right side of the screen. You will be taken to the Grant Recommendation form. The first step to making a grant recommendation is to choose the recipient charity. You have three options on how to do this. The first is from Grant History, which will take you to a listing of previous grants made from your fund. The second option is from Recipient List, which will take you to a listing of those charities who have received grants from Federation in the past. And if you do not find the charity you're looking for on either of those lists, you have a third option to type in a new recipient. By clicking on either from Grant History or from Recipient List, you will be taken to a searchable list of potential charities to receive a grant. You have the option of scrolling through the list by clicking the Next button near the bottom of the page next to the page listings, or you may narrow the search by typing in a keyword in the Search for Recipient box. This will limit your search by this keyword to charities that contain that word. Once you've narrowed your search, locate the charity you wish to give to. If that charity is currently approved by the IRS to receive charitable donations, you'll be able to add them to your grant recommendation by clicking on the Add Grant Recipient to Grant Recommendation button. If they are not currently approved by the IRS to receive tax-exempt donations, you will receive this message. If you believe you've received this message in error, please contact us at the Federation. We'll be glad to assist you. But unless the charity is approved by the IRS as a tax-exempt organization, we are not allowed to give to them at this time. You'll need to select a different charity to add to your grant recommendation. Once you've selected that charity, click Add Selected Grant to Grant Recommendation. And the information from the charity will auto-populate onto the grant recommendation form. You may add additional contact information if you want this check to go to the attention of a particular person at the charity. You can then also make the recommendation in the amount you are specifying. It must be greater than $100. You have the option to restrict this grant by making a specific grant designation. Or if you would like to make any special requests, you can add them into the special request box. If you wish to remain anonymous, you have a couple of options on how to do that. One, your fund may be remained anonymous by clicking on the Anonymous Fund, or as a donor, you may remain anonymous by clicking on Anonymous Donor. If you wish to be completely anonymous, you must click on both Anonymous Fund and Anonymous Donor to prevent any information that may contain your name being transmitted to the recipient charity. If you would like someone else besides yourself to receive an acknowledgement of this gift, please provide their information in the acknowledgement section here. Next, you will need to agree to the legal statement that states that you are not receiving any material benefit for this grant and that it is not being used to satisfy any pledges, dues, or other contractual obligations. You can now save the grant if you wish to come back to it at a later date, submit it, which will cause the grant to be submitted through our online portal. And you also have the option to print a copy of the information in the grant. To print, you must save your grant recommendation first and then click print. Now that you have submitted your grant recommendation by clicking the submit button, you'll be taken to another screen which confirms that your grant has been submitted. You again have the option to print by clicking the print button, which will take you to a print-friendly version of all the information that was contained in your grant recommendation. At this point, you have the ability to go and make another grant recommendation to a different charity, or review the specifics of your fund by going to any of these options here. Fund Summary, which will tell you about your fund and its performance. Grant History, which will show you previous grants. Recommendations, which are recommendations that are currently in process. Again, how you can recommend a new grant to a new charity, grant opportunities that are available, and reports related to your fund. Thank you. If you have any questions, please contact us at Jewish Federation and we'll be glad to assist you.